You ever have one of those moments, you're just staring at your monitor and you feel completely and totally stuck? I'm not just talking about a tricky line of code, but your whole career. You start wondering, is this it? Is my entire career just going to be grinding away on someone else's project, playing by someone else's rules?
And look, this isn't some abstract philosophical problem. This is a real post from a real developer who just hit a wall. That feeling of frustration, that sense of time just slipping away, man, that sentiment echoes across so many developer forums and late-night Slack channels.
So, does that sound even a little bit familiar? If it does, you're definitely in the right place. Because today, we're not just going to talk about that feeling. We're going to dig into a really powerful idea that has literally turned careers around.
So what's the secret? Well, it comes from one of the most foundational books in our industry, the Pragmatic Programmer. And the very first thing it talks about is, well, it's shockingly simple, but it's also incredibly empowering. And here it is. We're looking at the actual page where this whole philosophy kicks off. It is literally topic number 1, the first and most important concept in the entire book. It's not about a new framework. It's not a new programming language. It's about you. Just let that sink in for a second. It's your life. Not your manager's life, not your company's life, yours.
You are in the driver's seat. You get to make the calls. You get to set the destination.
And ultimately, you are the architect. You're the one holding the blueprints, with the power to design and build the career and the life that you actually want. And let's be real, this isn't just some motivational fluff. As software developers, we have a crazy amount of leverage. Our skills, they're in high demand everywhere. We can work from pretty much anywhere on the planet. And yeah, we're generally well paid. The book wraps all this up into one key word: agency. You have the power to act and to make your own choices. Okay, but this is where the story takes a bit of a turn. Because you know that old saying, with great power comes great responsibility? And that feeling of total ownership, well, it can get really, really heavy. So what happens when that awesome, empowering idea of it's your life starts to feel a lot more like it's all on you? You know, when that pressure to own everything and fix everything and know everything just becomes too much.
You know, there's actually a clinical term for this feeling. Researchers call it felt accountability. It's that voice in your head telling you that you're constantly being judged and that every single move you make has massive consequences. For a lot of us, that's the engine that drives us forward.
And this is where we get to the real problem. This felt accountability thing is a total double-edged sword. On one side, yeah, it pushes us to do better work, to be more passionate, to sweat the details. But the other side of that sword, it's sharp, and it leads straight to emotional exhaustion, overload, and burnout. And the data here it's just crystal clear. Research shows that as our sense of felt accountability goes up, so does our performance. That's great, right? But here's the kicker. Our exhaustion level goes up in almost perfect lockstep. So the very thing that makes us great at our jobs is also the very thing that's breaking us down. So, what do we do? How do we solve this puzzle? How do we hang on to our agency without getting crushed by the responsibility? Well, the answer is all about evolving our mindset into what you might call a sovereign professional. This right here is the critical shift. See, being a true professional isn't about just taking on every single burden until you collapse. It's about becoming a craftsman who wisely manages their ownership for the long haul. It's all about sustainability. So this new way of thinking is built on some really practical habits. You're constantly investing in your own knowledge portfolio for your benefit, not just for your current job. You're fixing those small, broken windows before they become huge problems. You start acting like a catalyst for change, instead of just a victim of your circumstances. And maybe most importantly, you learn to take care of your craft and take care of yourself. So what does this actually look like day to day? It means if your job is getting boring, you have the agency to do something about it. It means you proactively ask for the tools and the autonomy you need to do great work. It means you really internalize that powerful mantra, you can change your organization or change your organization. And above all else, it means you take full ownership of your own learning always. All right, so we've gone from feeling stuck to feeling empowered through the very real danger of burnout and hopefully landed on a path that's more balanced and sustainable. Which really just brings the final question back around to you. If you remember anything, remember this. The control you have as a developer is a trap if you don't have balance. The agency you have is just a fast track to exhaustion if you don't have wisdom. It's your most powerful tool. It's not supposed to be your prison.
This quote from author Obi Fernandez just nails it. It really captures that transformation, right? It's the big shift from seeing yourself as just another cog in some giant machine to becoming a true craftsman, someone who takes real pride and ownership in their work on their own terms.
And this is where we're going to leave it. You've got the philosophy now. You've got the blueprint for taking control. But you're the one who has to do the building. It is your life. So the only question left is, what are you going to build with it?